Boom! Shawn Michaels is there. Super kick. Austin's out cold. Bro, how much have they bastardized that over? What a freaking joke. Because, bro, both times it looked like he took Austin's head off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk. Let's go broing down memory lanes, gentlemen. Speaking of Goldberg, someone who was not a fan of Goldberg, Bret Hart, he had some harsh comments about modern wrestling on HN Live. He says this. He says, "I really roll my eyes at how pathetic wrestling is today from top to bottom. All the top wrestlers and all the middle and bottom wrestlers in WWF and AEW, all slapping their leg on every punch and every slap. It's like it's to the point now where I can't watch wrestling today. Sadly, it's getting too phony, and I really question the direction that the people that are in charge that are taking wrestling. AEW kind of gone on a bad direction, I think, with all the violence and gore. Dean Ambrose sticking a fork in someone's head for 5 minutes with a close-up on TV. This isn't wrestling either." We'll start with you, EC3, as an active performer right now who called out Bill Goldberg and wants a match with him for the NWA National Heavyweight Championship, retirement versus tattoo, or the face match. What say ye?
Retirement versus tattoo. You know what? Bret Hart can get in that ring too. You know, I bet he wished Goldberg slapped his leg instead of cleaned his clock, doesn't he? Huh?
Well, there you go, Wasted.
I mean, all right, Bret Hart, the best there is, the best there ever was, the best there ever will be, a in-ring technician, deliverer of so many classics, styles, realistic and gritty. And I mean, I was just watching Bret the other day do a German, and just like, I don't know why, except for the fact that he's one of the best. Like, his German compared to the 9 billion other Germans you see just had such precision, and the way he bridged his neck. I mean, he's classic. I agree, because I don't slap my legs. I'm the one who got chastised for banning suicide dives and, super kicks and Canadian destroyers, only to make him mean something. That was the point, fools. Anyways, he's got a point. It's tough to watch. The last modern thing I watched was WrestleMania, and WrestleMania had really good matches because they had the time and they told good stories and they were very physical and things like that. But for the most part, yeah, there's definitely something missing, and it looks like, breakdance fighting as opposed to competitive sport. And I tend to agree with Mr. Hart. So
very nice. Vince, what say you?
Oh, bro, I agree with him 1,000%. I mean, he was the best, bro. And I got to work with him in his prime, and he was so freaking believable, and he took it so seriously. He was the best, bro. If anybody has the right to make that comment, it's him, without a shadow of a doubt.
Now, what's going to happen when one of the greatest of all time is saying this stuff? Is the outrage mob going to come and, burn calories?
Oh, of course they are. Of course they are.
Come for Bret's scalp?
Yeah.
But first off, it's his opinion. He's entitled to it. He's allowed to have it. Secondly, he's right.
Indeed. Yeah, so the leg slapping. Vince and I, we talk about the leg slapping a lot. We talk about this all the time. The slaps, and it just makes it so unbelievable, like non-believable.
It's like an epidemic almost at this point. If you're in the back watching people put the matches together, they're walking around slapping their legs while they're calling their stuff.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And it's just like, guys.
Wow.
You know why the slap of the leg worked for the super kick? Because he was the only one who did it.
That's true.
And he hit it, and it was the only time it was slapped. So it had that sound effect, and he didn't really see how the sausage was made because he weren't really looking for it. Now people that don't even know anything about wrestling are watching for it, see it blatantly in HD, and go, "You like this fake phony nonsense? Like, look, it's just goofy." And I'm like, "Yeah, I do it actually." And they're like, "Wow," but I'm good. I tell them, and they don't believe me. But that's fine.
To your point, EC3, I was watching a little bit of Dynamite recently, and Kenny Omega came out and cut a promo. They're feuding with the Blackpool Combat Club. Kenny Omega came out and did a promo, and he was talking about, he took Michael, not Nakazawa to the hospital, talked about Don Callis, so on and so forth. And so Daniel Bryan is on the Jumbotron. He cuts a promo. That's a distractor to Cesaro, Willer Yuta, and John Moxley to come and blindside the Elite because they're looking at the Tron. So what they did was they did a big, Donnybrook, so to speak, and they're doing the Vince and I talk about just the sissified punches that they do. They was just
it's the Mo Howard, the star of the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That crap is starting to look more and more like the Three Stooges than professional wrestling.
It was pretty bad. The Donnybrook spot was like, okay, this was pretty bad, but this is what I'll pop for. This was terrible. I'll pop for this. So they're supposed to make this believable that they're just doing a big Donnybrook. It's a big bar fight, right? And so I think it was Nick Jackson. So what he did, it might have been Matt. It was one of the Young Bucks. So he was fighting somebody, one of the Blackpool Combat Club, and so they were doing the sissy Donnybrook type of deal. He stopped what he was doing, backed up a little bit, and did a bang slap on the foot super kick during the Donnybrook, as if and the other person just stood there. I looked at that. I was like, so if we're having a bar fight, I'm supposed to just stand here, let you go back a few spots, and then boom, do a super kick while we're punching each other. It was so non-believable. It was just very, very bad, man. And and to me, when I think of the slap spots, it's gotten so bad that during a Donnybrook segment, I'm supposed to stand there and wait for you to back up and do a slap, do a slap super kick.
Bro, the last 2 weeks in a row, because I review the old Attitude Era shows. Bro, this is what happened the last 2 weeks in a row. They just announced Tyson, so Shawn and Austin are on the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So we're at the end of show number 1. Something's going on in the ring. Here comes Austin. He's coming at the ring. However, on the side, he's distracted by Hunter. So he goes over to Hunter, and then he turns around, and Shawn's there with the super kick. Austin never sees it. Bro, Austin's out cold. Week 2, bro. Austin's in the ring cleaning house. We had a shot earlier today. Shawn wasn't there. Shawn was in San Antonio. He was at home. He wasn't there. So Austin's cleaning house in the ring at the end, bro. Turns this way. Boom! Shawn Michaels is there. Super kick. Austin's out cold. Bro, how much have they bastardized that over? What a freaking joke. Because, bro, both times it looked like he took Austin's head off. Both times.
Remember Shawn? He did that little heel turn with Hogan.
Oh, yeah.
Just that one kick, and he just stands over him, and the place is like, oh, no. And Hogan's like, oh, not in my face.
Yeah.
Dude, I was at the coffee shop writing today. Barista was talking to me about wrestling. He's a former wrestling fan, and somebody questions always like, so why don't you watch anymore? He's like, well, I'm going to go to med school. I don't have a lot of time, but sometimes when I watch it, I know it's not real, but I don't even believe anymore. Like, well, what do you mean? And he's just like, it doesn't look like people want to fight. It looks like they just want to have fun. That's from a coffee barista.
Wow, that's a great way to put it.
A barista.
Yeah.
Dudes.
Nick Khan should go to every Starbucks and coffee shop, across the world and have a focus group, ladies and gentlemen. Baristas who used to watch wrestling. I think that's a fantastic point, man.
I think a focus group of former wrestling fans that don't watch anymore, that still kind of like it, maybe check it out from time to time, and just like, well, how can we get 5 hours of your attention a week? Well, that's a lot of time, but I would be very curious to see what they would say.
I would be.
Absolutely. Yeah, they need to talk to people who no longer watch wrestling.
Yeah.
That's who they need to talk. They don't want to talk to those people. That's the problem. They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear, bro.
They're not catering to those people, man. Yeah.
But then you're not going to grow if you don't cater to them. Not the masses per se, but just a different audience. Because every person that's watching it, if they don't cater to that exact demographic, the wrestling fan, guess what? They're still watching.
They're going to cater to the house. I mean, like the house is going to watch regardless. I mean, like we see that though. Like WrestleMania, selling a crap ton of tickets. Wembley selling over 25,000 tickets right out the gate. SummerSlam having record pre-sale tickets. You have the house that's going to buy whatever. Vince and I, we talk about it all the time. You might as well just put Ali versus Reigns because there were so many tickets sold for WrestleMania. It doesn't matter what you put there. They're going to complain, but they still have a ticket that they pay a few $100 for. So it doesn't matter. But at the same time, if you're catering to the casuals, that's smart business because that's bringing more people in to tell other people about it, to bring them in, to tell other people about it, to bring them in. That's
Bro, I broke it down this way to Al to really make people understand. I'm going to give you a brand you all know. Fruit of the Loom. Good old Fruit of the Loom underwear.
We fit them in.
Right, we have consumers out there that wear Fruit of the Loom underwear.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you think Fruit of the Loom are catering to the people already wearing their underwear? They're going to wear Fruit of the Loom, bro. That's what they wear. Yeah. No, bro. They want people who don't wear Fruit of the Loom to wear. It's that simple, bro. And, bro, that's every single company. Every single company on this planet. We know we have this audience. They're going to continue to support us because they like the product and they're fans of the product. We got to go get the people that aren't. That's
I use this example all the time from a business standpoint, Vince. Say that green shirt you have on, you bought it from, Fruit of the Loom. Say you bought it for Fruit of the Loom. Say you bought it for $49.99. All right, you bought that button down shirt for $49.99. So what happens is I put it on sale for $24.99, right? Yeah. So basically what happened is I put it on sale for $24.99, the same shirt that you have on. I'm doing that to get someone who didn't buy the shirt to buy the shirt. And so what's going to happen if you're like, well, I mean, I bought it for $49.99. I think I should get, half off too. I'm looking at you like, get out my face, man. like I'm not, I'm not gonna give you the discount because you bought the shirt 3 years ago. The reason why I'm giving this discount is to pull people who aren't consumers in.
Right.
That's why I'm not giving the discount for people who already bought the shirt. Right. That's not good business. Yep. And so that's how you bring consumers in.
Not like Fruit of the Loom is going to change everything to attract these people too. They're still going to give you the quality Fruit of the Loom product. It's not like they're putting the pee hole in the butt,
right.
Or they're like they're not reinventing undies.
Yeah.
They're just trying to attract more customers so they make more money and it's better. And dude, I swear if they went for the casual fans, it's not to give them what do wrestling fans fear that casual fans will get? Maybe a couple shorter matches, maybe less gaga. I don't know.
Well, it's tribalism, though. It's tribalism. I don't want a casual fan to be a part of this tribe, so to speak. And so because you got a casual fan who's like, oh, you don't know who this person is. You don't know this person turned heel. You know what I mean? And this part, the casual's not really caring about that, but because you don't know the lingo, you're not a part of the tribe. It's that cultist tribalism mentality that I'm going to ostracize you and you don't belong here. You're not one of us. You don't belong here. And we get a lot of that now.
Chris, I was just watching this last episode again. I'm just going back to the Attitude Era. Chris, the first 3 matches of the show, there wasn't a finish in any of them. And I'm like, because the casuals don't care. They don't care. That is not important to them, bro. They don't care.
EC3 is saying, go ahead, man.
Like, because you had lightning in a bottle back then too. With like, you got to get away with murder per se with like the no finishes and things like that. I do think they like finishes, but I don't think they need them. An opening match should be 20 minutes long with 17 near falls.
I agree with that.
Finishers, they need, dude, the best opening matches in history. You get 6 to 8 minutes. You get like a baby face with a lot of fire that's on the come up that people really like, and you put them in there with a loudmouth heel or a big character heel that's just like boomy, cheer him, and they do, and then they're hooked every time. You do a show, anytime I run shows, that would be the first match, and I'm drawing a lot of casuals. So, like, the people at the bar are like, oh man, I don't like this guy because he's a real jerk. But the guy that came out, I really liked him because, he had that funny video and he has a powerful punch. It's just like scaling it back. If you just scale it back a little bit, I think wrestling will be better for our fans, the wrestling fans too. Because delaying, like, instant gratification serves nobody. Making people want to see something and it happens, that's how you create moments.
Speaking of that, Doctor of Psychology is speaking here. Stanford Marshmallow Experiment. You ever heard of that?
Oh, can't wait.
Yeah, Stanford Marshmallow Experiment, done by Walter Mischel. He was a psychologist back in 1972. It was an experiment where he basically put a marshmallow in front of kids, little kids, and he said, okay, you can either eat this or wait and get a couple marshmallows or pretzel sticks, whatever you're choosing, right? So either have this instant gratification moment or have delayed gratification. And in longitudinal studies, they found out that the kids who accepted delayed gratification actually had much better cognitive development than the instant gratification. So delayed gratification is very, very, very important. That's the reason why storylines should build, and that's the reason why there should be climaxes.
Bro, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry, what are you saying, EC3?
I said that's why we're smarter than everybody else.
Go ahead, Vince.
No, I'm just saying, bro. That's why I'm telling you with the casual audience, bro, they care about a finish in the final chapter.
Absolutely.
That's where they want the finish. Or everything leading up to that is the story. Yep. And bro, if you have a story, you can have matches without finishes because of the story. Yep. They want all that to build and all that to build. Then when you finally get to the big match, they know they're going to have a winner and a loser. Yeah. And that's the way it always was, bro. You can go all the way back to Vince Sr. That's the way it always was.
Absolutely. Yep. Our brains.
In a row.
Say that again.
So they do 3 no finishes in a row.
Absolutely, bro. Go watch the Hogan years, bro. Go watch the heels were disqualified in every single match, getting heat on Hogan. Every match.
My issue then is that it's not clear why it's a disqualification when they do them sometimes. Where casuals like, wait, why did that happen? I don't understand. Then they're kind of like out of it. But a heel getting disqualified makes sense. It's easy to tell. So
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's how our minds works as humans. It's either instant gratification or delayed gratification. I mean,
dude, I love marshmallows, man. I'll wait an hour to get 3. Just
nice. Yeah, are you going to give us marshmallows now that you said that, bro?
Oh, yeah.
No, you should give me marshmallows for informing you all about that. So, yes.
Very nice.